let's go over assignment 3 for Intro to Interior Design. It is called Light and Shadow Spatial Experience. Here is the context and process. Light and shadow are powerful forces in the design process and in the experience of space. For this assignment, each student will receive 2 pieces of paper and 2 miscellaneously shaped white foam core pieces, or another similar material. With these materials and these materials only, you are tasked to create a spatial experience utilizing light and shadow. Using your materials, explore different volumes, sizes, shapes, and connection strategies to create a model-sized space at 1/4 inch = 1 foot scale. You can tear, cut, rip, and alter the materials. You can also use tape or other adhesive discreetly if necessary. Allow the model making process to be a form of idea generation. Try not to approach the project with a predetermined idea of what it should look like. Play with the materials, orientation, and lighting. Allow those to guide you to the end result of the design. It is okay to take risks and fail. Maximize the materials. Paper is flexible and can be easily cut. How can you twist, fold, or cut the paper to add interest and form to your space? Foam core is rigid and has a thickness. How does it relate with or to the paper to create a balanced space? How can the thickness of the foam core impact the shadows it creates? How can you utilize both the paper and foam core to their unique material advantages? What will your spatial experience be? Think about your previous life experiences and how light and shadows impacted those. Create a design concept utilizing at least 2 design elements and principles that you can apply to a space that emphasizes light and shadows. I have created an example. This space emulates the physical movement of time by emphasizing the contrast of light and shadow as it enters the space through intentionally placed fenestrations. So with this design concept, I'm really touching on the fact that the sun has different angles in the sky, and it rises and sets in opposite directions. So throughout the day, any space that is experiencing the sun's light is going to receive various angles and intensities of the sun. The angle and intensity of the sun in the morning is going to hit a structure differently and in different places than in midday and then as it's setting. So that inspired me, and I thought about creating a form that can emphasize the contrast of light and shadow by intentionally placing openings and windows in my structure to really capture that sunlight or enhance an effect of shadow. While you explore various volumetric spaces, continuously consider the impact of light on the space. Do this by bringing your model outside in the exploration of the building process. Once you have determined the final form, take your model outside and photograph it from different orientations at multiple times throughout the day, but in the same location. Print your photographs, overlay trace paper, and sketch interior spaces within them based on your concept statement. There is no requirement for the type of space. This is up to you, your design concept, and design process. With your pencil or pen, find ways to graphically depict the light and shadow relationships in your drawing. And so by this, I'm referring to that when you print your photo, you will have, shadows in it, the natural shadows that were occurring when you took the photo. And so you are going to have to translate those into your drawing. So be creative. Think about ways of maybe shading or hatching, how you can move your wrist while you draw. Or maybe there's a more stylistic approach. We've all been studying the design communication of various designers over time. So think about the research you did and how your designer thought about light and shadow and graphically communicated it in their drawings. So here are the deliverables. If you are in person, your deliverable is the physical model, your concept statement, which it can be written on sketch paper or photos, and then printed photos of your interior perspectives, and then sketches on your trace paper. So basically bring all evidence of your process. If you are online, you will be turning in PDF photos of your model making process, your physical model, interior perspectives, and concept statement and overlaid traces. So the reason I'm asking the online students to also submit photos of the model making process is because we are going to spend class time making some of these models and exploring. So I'm going to be working hands-on with everybody. We can go outside, weather permitting, hopefully. The drafting room does get really good sunlight during the day through the windows, and so do certain parts of the building if we want to stay inside. We have paper and we have foam core in our classroom that everybody can work with. If you're at home, I don't think 2 pieces of white computer paper would be very difficult to find. And if you don't have white foam core, think about the material properties that it achieves and what you could use instead. So maybe you have more of a cardstock material, maybe you have corrugated packaging of some kind. We can talk about it. If this is a struggle for you, we can find ways to remedy it. So the assignment post date is Monday, October 19, which is week 8. You will receive the PDF handout. You will receive the video review and a demonstration. So this is the video review. It's essentially going to be called Assignment 3, Part 1. There will be another video called Assignment 3, Part 2, and another video called Assignment 3, Part 3, going through all of the different processes. So submit and or bring your work to your scheduled class time during week 9. If you are not scheduled to have intro class that week, you can bring your work in at any point during the week. The room will be open during all class times. So if you are in 1490, you could bring it with you then. We will be working on this assignment in class, so please be fully versed on the assignment and review the video prior attending class. Our first intro class occurs on Tuesday. So please be fully versed in all of the requirements for this assignment before coming to class so that we can just go over clarifying questions. You will be graded on 2 aspects: the depth and quality of the material and spatial exploration, as well as the connection between the design concept and your photos and sketches of the interior spaces. And so that is assignment 3. It's model making, photography, and a little bit of drawing. All right, thank you, everybody.